All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be a 4v4 matchup between, well, these two teams. Team 1, Jen, Samuel, Bloody, Meactro, Halo. Don't know what those, they're going to be pink and spawning on the north side of Rocky Ridge. Meanwhile, on the southern side here, we have the Teal team. Let's take a look at I'm going to have to zoom out a little bit more. It looks like we're going to be going for Rifleman build. It's Altar of Kings Barracks. No, Altar of Kings Barracks Farm. Well, no, it's not a Rifleman build. Yeah, 40 seconds has only gone by. I thought for some reason more time went by. Meanwhile, Cloud opening things up. Night Elf down here. There's another Ancient of War. There's an Undead. And there's an Orc. So I believe one of every race here on the southern side. Meanwhile, northern side gonna be looking at, well, one of every race as well. So all four races represented twice here in this 4v4 matchup. Should be a great game. Looking forward to trying to cast all of this craziness and see what really goes down. Now, we are looking at an Archmage getting trained up here. We are looking at a Warden being trained on the southern side. Interesting choice. Meanwhile, Altar of Darkness is a little bit delayed. There's that Graveyard, so it looks like Death Knight and Crypt Fiends. Coming back across here, we are looking at a Blade Master. Off to the north here, we are also looking at a delayed Altar of Darkness as well. Looks like both Undead players are going to be going for that Death Knight Crypt Fiends. There's a Blade Master, and is it a Warden? No, it's a Keeper of the Grove coming in from Gens. Now, 4v4 matchup, just a great way to have a bit of fun. And if you lose, well, do what everyone else does and blame your teammates. One of the great things about 4v4 is it's never your fault if you lose, and it's always and you're always the reason why you win. Or at least that's how a lot of people try and play and talk about the game. All right, Warden going to come across here, go after this Forest Troll Berserker, finish off this Ogre Mauler. There's that Phantom Knives, effective at dealing damage across multiple units. And, well, just trying to clear things out quickly. Meanwhile, Blade Master going for Mirror Image first. The Crypt Fiend actually, joining in on the fight to help with a little bit of damage. And, well, finish things off. There are some Headhunters getting trained up too. Those, well, yeah. I know the battles are going to be massive, so just interesting to see how all of this is going to go down here as the Keeper of the Grove sitting at level 1. Both sides, oh wait, nope, Blade Master looking to come across, perhaps take some of these peons down. Well, the peon, any low hit point peon can easily just jump inside that burrow and, well, rack up damage right here. So right now we're just looking at a little bit of damage. Oh, there's another Windwalk Strike. Another one pops inside here. Damage is getting racked up. And now the Blade Master, well, are we going to be playing this little game of whack-a-mole, figuring out which ones can actually come out? The higher hit point ones should, well, make space for the lower hit point ones to go and hide. And that's exactly what happened there. Meanwhile, Archmage clearing up the northern creep camp here. Perhaps that will be an expansion attempt. Southern side perhaps going to try and do the same thing as well. Sacrificial Skull being used, but the Scroll of Town Portal, well, not sold, but still summoning up this Haunted Gold Mine. Always a great call, knowing that your opponent has to kind of dive into this tough spot. And, well, once you're into that spot, it's very difficult to get any additional reinforcements. Both Crypt Lord coming in from the Undead side here. Thought it was going to be a Death Knight. No, instead a Crypt Lord. And interestingly, we'll see if, yes, we are going to be looking at the Undead trying to develop this expansion here at the 9 o'clock spot. That is going to be a point of, well, a point of interest for both sides. And, well, if it does end up getting set up, you can imagine, well, static defense is going to be incredibly important, being able to fend off those attacks quickly and easily. All right, coming back through, are we going to see some more creeping as well? We're looking at, well, the Crypt Lord going after the Null Warden creep camp here, and now here's the Archmage and the Footmen. They're going to actually spot all of this. The Crypt Fiends do have piercing damage right now, and the Beetle will just end up walking away. Are we going to see some big damage there? Oh, Rune of Lesser Healing. Who's going to actually get it? That's going to be a big point here. Going to go ahead and grab it. There's that Rune of Lesser Healing, and now in comes some damage. Ziggurat is already done. Low hit point Crypt Fiend trying to retreat back. Footmen going after the Crypt Lord. There goes an Impale, and that's going to be some damage. Level 3 now on the Crypt Lord. Lord. Level 2 Impale is going to be ready. Level 2 Carry-On Beetles are now ready. And this Go Wide Beetle army able to put down pressure as we're looking at an expansion trying to be set up here. All right. Both sides setting up an expansion next door neighbors of each other. That is going to be a big deal indeed as the Archmage now comes back across here. Archmage needs to get close enough to the Crypt Lord to get some additional mana as we're looking at a low hit point. Well, Footman getting cleaned up once more. The Archmage needs to work together with the other heroes here. Damage is getting racked up once more as we see a Cloak of Shadows. There's a Dust of Appearance. And now the Warden is going to be completely exposed. Is going to try to blink out. It does finally blink out, and wow, down to 14 hit points. Is going to be able to stay alive. Blade Master is right there, forcing a Scroll of Town Portal. And, well, some crazy battles already. Militia have gotten called over as well. We're looking at one more shot onto that Footman, perhaps. Finally getting taken down. Archmage continuing to put the pressure, finding a couple of easy wisps to finish off as well, as this Expo is already operational. All right, so one base, this base still needs to get summoned up a little bit more. Meanwhile, Farm is getting pressured, and, well, Supernova's positioning is just going to have him extremely exposed. We need to perhaps see a couple of guard towers here as well, as a lot of fighting is going to go back and forth along this aisle. Meanwhile, on the far side of the map, we're looking at a small engagement. It feels like Jens could try and set up another gold mine here to try and balance out the economy, as the undead Bloody now being forced to retreat back. All right, there's that Scroll of Regeneration. A couple of beetles could end up getting taken down. One Crypt Fiend could get lost in transit. And, well, some damage going down already onto that Crypt Fiend. We can see that there is a Nerubian Tower and a Spirit Tower, with a second Spirit Tower looking to get upgraded. All right, there's a Fan of Knives, and wow, that Fan of Knives finding that Crypt Fiend and taking him down. All right, more Ziggurats getting constructed here. We're looking at a couple of Water Elementals trying to poke down the Spirit Tower. Acolytes need a repair, and here's a massive battle coming across. We could be looking at an Impale. That's all perfectly lined up to Impale, get in some damage, as we're looking at these Acolytes taking far too much. Death Knight coming across here trying to stay on Blight and finish off some of these beetles, as the Acolytes are so far holding this well. Are we going to see another Impale? A couple of Footmen getting cleaned up here, and there's a Scroll of Speed in order to back away easily. All right. There's a little bit of healing salve regeneration as well. Water Elementals moving around quickly. They're able to continue to poke apart as the Beetle able to finish off a Water Elemental easily. Panda now coming back across. Perhaps he's going to try to blow things over, and he does get a little bit of damage here. Low hit point Warden down to 144 hit points. Needs to back away. Footman purposely getting into harm's way as we see another base trying to be reestablished. This is going to be a massive fight, of fighting against your neighbors, just trying to set things up here. We're looking at full saturation nearly onto this Haunted Gold Mine as the Blade Master comes into the fight, tries to finish things off. All right, low hit point Warden down to 158 hit points. Meanwhile, Blade Master only sitting at level 1. Impale doesn't find the Warden, and we're looking at more damage coming back on through. Warden should be able to blink out. There's a Death Coil Panda, a Death Coil Blink, and wow, just a... What is that? Death Coil, Breath of Fire, and then a blink away from the Warden. Both sides' heroes are just pushing relatively aggressively, as there's another Breath of Fire here. Brewmaster currently low on mana. We're looking at a couple of Footmen trying to retreat back, even with Defend, because of that Breath of Fire damage. Well, not able to easily retreat anymore. All right, low hit point Crypt Fiend down to 2 hit points. Going to perhaps try and stay on Blight as the Death Knight now ventures forward again. All right, these towers here more than enough to act as a deterrent as the units are retreating back again. All right, coming back across on the far side, we can see Jens has established up this expo here. A couple of, Blade Master illusions hanging onto that position as the Water Elemental is looking to fall back again. There's a Wisp trying to keep track. That is just an Ancient of War. So much happening in this battle, constant pressuring as the units from Jens and that additional expo flooding across the map here. All right, so the Panda of Cloud still sitting at level 1. There is some great mana here as we see an Impale onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster trying to get away, and not that much direct damage between the the Panda and the Warden, the Fan of Knives and Breath of Fire. That is a very nasty 1-2 combination for just a lot of damage. Ivory Towers now being placed down as well, as we see Rain of Fire coming in. So Rain of Fire being able to rack up a little bit of damage. Brewmaster falls at level 2. We're looking at the Crypt Lord trying to teleport out. He will be able to teleport away. The Voodoo Lounge is now gone, and it looks as though Teal is going to be able to break this fortified position. More Siphon mana trying to drain out all of this mana. More happening here. Perhaps we're going to see a Siphon mana into the Archmage to get in more mana, more water elementals again. Dryads, Bears are also pushing across here as we're looking at reinforcements finally from Gens coming out across the map. All right. The transit time, the walking time, going to be a very big deal as we see level 4 now on that Crypt Lord. Crypt being getting taken down. All right, so that Crypt Lord now at level 4 should be able to get more Impales, perhaps summon up more Beetles as Gens comes across here to try and put down the pressure alongside the Orc. All right, so Orc going to get a couple of ensnares here, going to get in some big battles, big fights. Perhaps we're going to see a couple of Impales go down onto all of these units who are trying to retreat back away. There's that Siphon mana as the Death Knight, well, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal away, and, well, this position has been, almost cracked, but now we might be fighting at, well, this expansion, the neighboring expansion here. Arcane Tower, Archmage gets up to level 4. Are we going to see some Water Elementals? Yes, we are. Mortar teams are also in the mix here, so they should be able to easily take down these towers. Meanwhile, we're also looking at pressure coming in from the Orc player, putting pressure onto the Expo of Gens. All right, so 2 Expos getting pressured at the same time. Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Who's going to be able to finish things off? That is the question here. In comes a Scroll, and in comes a bunch of Orc units there. There's a massive Impale there, but without any follow-up damage. Perhaps a Blizzard, that would have added in a lot more damage again. This Expo has been held onto as we see more Impales still going down here. Healing Wave trying to keep things alive. Mortar teams just shocking this Town Hall here as Rain of Fire trying to hold the front door here. Meanwhile, Crypt Lord down to 200 hit points, 155. Could be in a lot of trouble. He's going to get hexed. He's in a lot of trouble. So he's still trying to retreat back, and we could, well, see some more Death Quells here. There is a Stomp once more. There is more repairs underway as the Crypt Lord, still getting more heals again. Blood Mage not looking to retreat back, and we're looking at a possible flank from the Teal side here as the Mortar teams are trying to stay alive. More Staff of Preservations, I believe, happening here as we're looking at a Scroll of Town Portal to back away. This Necropolis was not completed, could not teleport back to that position as this is going to hold, and now level 1 Death Knight fallen for Bloody. All right, unit's going to try to engage again. The Necropolis now completed, but looks like it is going to end up falling. The Ziggurats, the Spirit Towers, not yet ready as the Necropolis does end up getting destroyed. Knights now trying to dive in onto the position. Here we are, here we go. Mortar teams are racking up damage. There's some more, stabbing out as the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter are trying to get into a strong spot here. Gens being forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal. Where is it teleporting off to? He could teleport, completely into the wrong position as the Blood Mage is going to get caught out in open field and get cleaned up too. All right. Expo trying to get cleaned. More damage, more pressure. Bloodlusted endurance aura boosted berserkers with very fast movement speed, fast attack speed, as now there is a retraining to Blizzard. All right, I am very interested at seeing Crypt Lord Impale followed by Blizzard. How much damage can that really do here? As we see, there's that Impale right there. Where's the Blizzard? There's that Blizzard follow-up, and that is going to be so much damage as the Crypt Lord is, getting all of its mana drained right now. Blade Master falls at level 2. Both sides fighting damage, just trying to rack up here. Shadow Hunter about to fall. No, gets a healing wave, able to stay alive as we see a couple of Fairy Dragons take to the skies. Perhaps going to try and get in some Mana Flare. So we have Kodo Beast trying to eat things in the backfield. It's now currently chomping on a bear and able to get back away. Kodo Beast has nothing here as the Archmage falls at level 4. So standing around trying to rain down a Blizzard, a serious problem as we're looking at the Crypt Fiends trying to back away. Well, they're able to back away again. So far, mining is still not happening here any longer. Units are trying to retreat back. We are 14 minutes into this game, and all sides are just, battling it out here. Jens, look, has not saturated this gold mine yet. This does have full saturation here. Meanwhile, trying to get a gold mine operational here, and this is the only other base being mined, so it is still 2 bases mining here and here as well. So the pink team has more economy, but is not really winning out this fight hands down. Units trying to retreat back here once more. Well, actually taking time to clear out a creep camp in this battle. So a 3-way battle here. The creeps coming alive. Mountain giants still trying to deal with some of these abominations as well. The mountain giants are 1-3 upgraded with the scroll of protection. That is a major amount of damage reduction there. And well, when you add in potential healing, how much effective that is going to be. Coming back through, units trying to retreat back again. Mortar teams, Blood Mage, Paladin still, well, fighting back on a Blight. They need to figure out where they're going to be able to put pressure. And, well, it looks as though Jens is finding an open position to try and clear out this, this creep camp or this expansion location before it gets up and operational. Meanwhile, Jens' expo here in the center portion of the map is going to end up getting destroyed and cleared out as well. As what can Jens really hope to do? He is just trying to fight and do damage where his opponent is not. All right, Mortar team putting in pressure. That is going to end up falling. Ivory Towers now placing down cannon towers as well. Going to be lobbing in those attacks again. All right, Mortar teams, both sides trying to fight. Spellbreaker stealing some of that, well, stealing some of that bloodlust. So those Mortar teams actually attacking a bit, well, still a bit faster as we're looking at, well, them trying to shell shock down some of those Crypt Fiends and other units. All right, cannon towers nearly completed. Once those are done, those are going to be difficult to break, as Bloody is now in a weird spot. Meanwhile, Jens' expansion here has now been cleaned up as well. So what was an economic advantage is now completely neutralized, as has now been completely neutralized. Pink now needs to find a way to fight back here, as we're looking at a couple of Wind Riders, well, diving into position. Chimeras in the air, pushing pressure down. And now some of these moon wells are going to get drained out as well. This is a very big deal. Being able to take down moon wells while they still have moon juice in them is a big spot to be at. Blood Mage falls at level 2. I believe down across over here. The cannon towers still looking to put in pressure, but the mortar teams, well, able to take down these, well, fortified armored buildings. Beautiful fight by the teal team, being able to, well, push back enough pressure, as now Jens needing to save his base here. This could be problematic. All right, mortar teams, well, coming across with a bunch of damage. There's some blizzard raining down as well. Shadowhunter falls at level 2. Chimeras trying to finish things off here, as we see a couple of low hit point Wind Riders. I believe that was a Staff of Preservation. Tauren Chieftain falls at level 3. And now we're looking at pressure coming back across the other way again. All right, fighting at your neighbor's house. No, well, Acolyte trying to, well, reestablish up at that gold mine. There was, that looked like an impale, yeah, by Bloody, trying to finish off all of those peasants. Level 2, level 1 Lich with Orb of Corruption, level 2 Death Knight, level 4 Crypt Lord, as the units are now making their way through. All right, no expansion here, no expansion here. Still mining here, but there's only 7 minutes of mining. There's still 9 minutes of mining. This expansion is getting established. This expansion is still being built, as well as we're looking at pressure here on the far side. All right, Keeper of the Grove going to put in pressure. Does have a potion of invulnerability, but needs to back away as more units coming over to, well, try and clear things up here. Demon Hunter, well, Staff of Preservation saves. Warden, if it could just blink and Fan of Knives, that would have been a very big deal. There's a blink, there's a Fan of Knives, able to take down one of the Chimeras with that Fan of Knives, and now nearing level 6. All right, Warden getting a little bit of mana, needs to get a Clarity Potion as well, heading back out. Meanwhile, another massive battle happening on the other side. Supernova could be in trouble. Wow, level 5 Archmage falls so quickly. Flame Strike now being thrown down as well. Blizzard raining in on both sides. So much AoE damage, as the Pit Lord, well, coming in and getting in some damage too. All right, there's Rain of Fire going down. And what is going on here? So much channeled AoE damage. Difficult to keep track of who's doing what here as the Archmage gets up to level 5. All right, Archmage level 5 opts to go for, it looks like level 3 Blizzard. Gonna go ahead and chase back away. Gonna go ahead and Scroll of Town Portal. Where are they teleporting to? Teleporting up, back across here, and bringing in so much damage again. Chimeras being brought forward. And while so much damage to be had, there is Endurance, or there's Devotion Aura, there's an Entangle onto the Blade Master. Blade Master could have some bad days. It's trying to get away down to 138 hit points, taking a lot of damage. It finally gets taken out. Ankh of Reincarnation is not going to work well. The other army is just going to surround it and now be able to finish it off as well. Two quick deaths there. Level 5 Blade Master ends up falling. Chimeras do have the siege attack, so they're going to be able to attack from range and deal damage to these buildings very efficiently. All right, so the fortress taking quite a round of attack here. We see massive repairs on the way. There's a Blizzard raining down as well. The Warden, well, I would have thought the Blizzard would have finished, would have continued. Not quite sure why it didn't finish off all of those peasants there. There's a couple more rounds. All of the peons are getting lost, and there goes that fortress down pretty much in a moment's notice. Meanwhile, Troll Bat Riders not even sacrificing themselves on the Wind Riders there, just losing a little bit of units in transit again as so much damage is getting racked up here. So many units to try and fight here. And if you're wondering how come it's so difficult and so many units are dying, it is very difficult to micro when there's just so many units on the battlefield. All sometimes you can really hope for is getting your units into the proper position and use your positional advantage to come away with more damage. That's why AoE effect like Rain of Fire, Fan of Knives, Breath of Fire, Blizzard has been so effective as you kind of just close off positioning advantages for your opponent if they try and stand still and do damage. All right. More damage getting racked up here. Keeper of the Grove retreating back. Demon Hunter, retreating back as well. There's Dual Staff of Preservations. Jen's trying to hold on to. There's not many Moonwells as the Blade Master now gets up to level 6 and, well, ready to rack up even more damage again. All right, this Chimera, well, pretty much going to get webbed down and cleaned up in a moment. They're finally taken out as Jen's Expo here could get lost. Meanwhile, what is happening here? Well, we're looking at the undead just diving into this position, saying, you know what, let's see if the Crypt Lord can be a one-man army and just provide a lot of damage here. Are we going to see some Devour Magic? No, Destroyer ends up falling at the hands of a water elemental, so piercing damage across both sides. There's some more Blizzard damage again. Archmage being forced to retreat back as there's still a little bit of chasing. There's a Death Coil going down. Panda still trying to add in more damage. There's a Holy Light trying to save multiple units, and there's a Blink Fan of Knives, but the Warden suddenly finds itself running low on mana as the Blood Mage drains out that mana. Brewmaster falls at level 4, and now half of that big AoE damage there. Warden sitting at level 5, completely out of mana. Blood Mage could turn back around, perhaps try to get some Flame Strikes down onto all of these units here as the Warden does get up to level 6. All right, so Warden is at level 6 but doesn't have much mana. We're looking at Rain of Fire. There's some more healing, and the Warden could be in some serious trouble. Able to blink away. Archmage forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal, and it's going to be able to head back as well. All right, Demon Hunter gets up to level 5 across here. More damage getting racked up. More Staff of Preservation for the save here. Both sides fighting. A mana burn onto the Obsidian statue should finish it off. Yeah, does end up taking it down here. And the Pit Lord could be in trouble. Pit Lord trying to run back as well. Blade Master has some big damage as the Death Knight here, well, opting to get a Scroll of Town Portal to retreat away again. Meanwhile, wow, the castle of Supernova has been lost. Archmage and Blood Mage trying to retreat back here. Crypt Lord, well, opting to go after some of these, and there's another drain mana again. So the Blood Mage is making big plays all the way around here as another Water Elemental going to get taken down. Level 4 now on the Death Knight. All right, no mining in the center, no mining here. Still some mining here, but that's going to run out soon. Main gold mines are about to mine out, and yeah, well, this southern, when did this guy fall? All right, sorry, there's so much going on in this battle. Difficult to keep track of all of the action as we're trying to reestablish up this gold mine too. Scroll of Town Portal. Well, Undead, Bloody, finally says, you know what, I've pushed far enough. I need to retreat back out. Supernova does have mass teleport, so we'll be able to get away. There's a mana burn on another Obsidian statue. There's a Staff of Preservation saving that low hit point Demon Hunter as the units are looking to fall back again. All right. Finally, a break in the action at the 25-minute mark of this game. Both sides completely bloodied up. Difficult to tell who really has the advantage here, as, well, battles have just been going on all the way around. So, all right, Scroll of Town Portal gonna go ahead and whisk away all of those units. You just don't want to overexpose yourself right now and accidentally put yourself in an unfavorable spot. Warden with, well, a lot of damage. There's a good Phantom Knives, and now the Blade Master going to look to try and dive in here as well. Panda also following things up. There's a quick Impale, as the Crypt Lord could be in a little bit of trouble. Are we going to see, yeah, Frost Armor onto the Crypt Lord? Oh, Purge, Death Coil, and then the Warden's going to try to blink in front again. Both sides still fighting their way through. Meanwhile, there's a slight, well, scouting party or raiding party literally inside from the Orc to try and put pressure somewhere else, as Blade Master comes down with Blade Storm, able to finish things off here. All right, Purge onto the Destroyer, and now more damage is still racking up there. Berserkers, and well, that Blade Master purging twice onto that Destroyer, not allowing him to retreat back. All right, no more gold out of the main gold mines pretty much, as we see, well, Flame Strike and a Blizzard racking up damage again. Are we perhaps going to see it once more? Blood Mage needs a little bit more mana. Spellbreaker is trying to get Staff of Preservation back. Units are still trying to retreat. Staff of Teleportation inbound on the Warden. The Warden, well, Lich falls at level. So much constant action in this game. All right. Keeper of the Grove, Demon Hunter, looking to put pressure here. Meanwhile, Raiders are just coming across, finishing off all of these burrows. This is going to give a little bit of experience to the Teal Orc player, and I'm assuming that the Teal Orc also has Pillage, yes. So he's actually using Pillage to try and get gold right now, as a Bloody's Crypt Lord gonna get taken down, giving level 4 now to that Tauren Chieftain for even, well, faster movement. All right, there's a Flame Strike. There's more Blizzard raining down. Siphon mana from each of those Blood Mages going back and forth, as we see a Stomp go down as well. Inbound, finally, the Orc players trying to come back to, well, try and help here. And the Teal Army, however, a bit too strong. Blood Mage falls for the Pink Army at level 4. It feels like I'm marathon casting. No time for analysis. This is just a free, well, not a free-for-all, a bloodbath. 4-on-4, both sides trying to well, vie for position and take down the other without losing too much. It's difficult to make these calls whether or not you should be fighting together, or if you can get a lot of damage done while away from your opponent. You can see a couple of the Chimeras here are trying to do exactly that, just make it difficult to, well, have any place to retreat back to when the time comes. All right, Warden taking quite a bit of damage. Paladin gonna get taken down. It falls at level 4 as well, as the Teal Army has now pressured back off to the north. There is, well, Jen's trying to establish up a gold mine here, is mining here. How much gold, or sitting at 449 supply, perhaps trying to give gold to the partners who can then, well, stay in low upkeep. All right, this Water Elemental not gonna, well, just gonna die due the timed life, as we're looking at Staff of Teleportation inbound. Warden says, hi, I'm going to go ahead and try and finish off a couple of these ghouls, as the Dryads show up as well. All right, finishing off one ghoul. That looks like level 3 blink, being able to blink pretty quickly and pretty freely, as these Water Elementals now look to retreat back again. All right, Chimeras cleaning up the rest of this base here. Demon Hunter sitting at level 5. Keeper of the Grove also seeing, well, needs to get close enough, and we're going to see all of these units tactically retreat back. Lich for Bloody falls at level 3, as this Tree of Life gets constructed and gets completed just in time. All right. entangling of the gold mine underway. Archmage, there's level 5 now on that Brewmaster. Level 3 Breath of Fire can blow things over once more. And if we're only looking at buildings, well, the north side has more buildings and is currently mining off of 2 bases. Yes, currently mining off of 2 bases. Meanwhile, though, on Teal is not mining on any bases, but they have the larger army. So this is the question. Who's going to be able to stabilize enough? Jens also has, I believe he has Tranquility. Yeah, has Tranquility. So as long as he has mana and there's units to fight next to, he can just do like hit and run tactics pretty consistently while keeping all of these units alive. The Raiders, are they perhaps going to try and take down buildings and get additional gold that way? Yeah, that could be a way to try and get gold here, as we're looking at the Raiders. Well, nope, actually finding the Teal army. The Teal army just seems a bit too strong to easily finish off here. Off to the north, Archmage looking to clear out some of these creep camps, spellbreakers, all of that going on there. It looks like Teal is trying to regroup. Meanwhile, on the units are trying to retreat back again, as the Chimeras are putting in pressure from the far side. All right, are we actually going to get a building loss or death by losing all of your buildings? Is that really going to become the case here, as the Archmage now chases after the Crypt Lord here? All right, units trying to finish things off. There is a Flame Strike once more, as Bloody is trying to resurrect this resurrect that Death Knight from the Altar of Darkness. He's going to lose that bout right there. Meanwhile, a little bit of damage here. Avatar of Vengeance. Dryads quickly finish off all of those Treants once more, as the Teal army now once more puts in pressure. Chimeras are still finishing off buildings on the southern side here. But, you know, buildings don't fight back, and they're not really, until you get rid of them all, it doesn't matter much if if you're dealing damage to these buildings. It's an all or nothing kind of scenario here, as both sides are putting in pressure. Jens is still mining gold and has 1,400 gold. Perhaps he should give some to his partners so that they can train up more units while staying in no upkeep. That's exactly what needs to be done right now, but we don't see that at all. So Jens sitting in no upkeep and still trying to get more gold out here, as the Chimeras are finishing off more and more of these buildings again. All right, looks like a Staff of Teleportation inbound. The Warden going to be able to finish off some of these Chimeras pretty easily. That's going to be a big deal. There's a Staff of Teleportation inbound. In comes the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now makes his way over, perhaps going to try and engage against that Warden. The Demon Hunter is actually quite scary as well, as well, we're looking at the Archmage of Teal. Scroll of Teleporting out, Scroll of Speed to try and back away, trying to run away quickly. Meanwhile, a Raider having a little bit of problems there, gonna end up getting taken down again. All right, Treants going after buildings once more. Beetles are trying to finish off all of these. The Chimeras need to be engaging against the buildings if you're really hoping to take down all of these buildings here. There goes another, and now retreating back. All right, Warden looking to finish off the Chimera. Is that going to get finished off there? It looks as though it's going to be able to teleport back home. All right, 3,000 gold for Jens. Perhaps going to try and give it to other partners now. No Ziggurats. Well, train up more units. Yeah, more flying machines getting trained and added in as well. Up this gold mine and be just trying to get more gold out. So Jens is holding on with all of these additional gold mines, but it hasn't translated out onto the battlefield for a large army yet.
A player's forces are under attack.
Mortar teams quickly taken down. Are we going to see some detonation? Yes, mass detonation going across the Pit Lord here. Archmage still making moves once more, as we're looking at this gold mine here still mining freely. This gold mine to the, this one quickly getting scouted out and destroyed. So 1 gold mine right now by Jens versus compared to 0. but I believe the army is just simply too small. All right. Chimera down to 200 some odd hit points. It's going to end up getting cleaned up really quickly, as we could perhaps going to see a couple of ensnares. Blade Master perhaps going to try to finish things off. Well, Bloody's Death Knight ends up falling here. We're going to look at a Water Elemental getting taken out, and we're still looking at, Breath of Fire. Big level up there as the Pit Lord falls, or the Crypt Lord falls at level 6. All right, so Bloody no longer has any heroes. Jen's partners are starting to fall apart here. The standing armies are just simply larger. Archmage doesn't have that much. Blade Master comes across here trying to finish things off. Flying Machines going up against all of these Frostworms. There's a Scroll of Town Portal back out there. There goes a Stomp. It is going to hit the Demon Hunter. If Shadow Hunter falls, Blade Master gets up to level 5. And Demon Hunter is still going after other units again. Potion of Invulnerability, Siphon Mana, and we're still looking at more damage going on to that Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove, Invul Potion, Scroll of Town Portal in time, gets away. Demon Hunter falls at level 5. And there is just a massive battle across the center here. Goblin Shredder's getting destroyed as well, as there is just so much traffic and so much AoE damage. Archmage trying to retreat back here, down to 330 hit points, trying to retreat back away. There's a Staff of Sanctuary, but who's going to help the Blood Mage? Blood Mage might get a Holy Light, but is it enough? It looks like it is enough, at least for now, as the Blood Mage is retreating back again. Meanwhile, Paladin doesn't have enough mana for another Holy Light again. There's some Siphon Mana giving mana. There's the Holy Light pushing back again. And the two are just looking to work together, as we see a quick entangle go down onto this one Druid of the Claw here. All right, units trying to retreat back once more. Are we going to see the Paladin perhaps be able to survive here? Very low on hit points, and it looks like he's going to run back. Did use a Potion of Healing. There's the Shadow Hunter. Blade Master trying to fight back this fight here, as more Chimeras are now back out onto the battlefield. All right, Chimeras going to be able to push out into the battlefield here. Tauren Chieftain trying to fight its way through. Blood Mages here, and the Abominations are just getting focused down. Obsidian Statues are going to get focused down quickly as well. There goes another. There goes another. So that was two Abominations and one Obsidian Statue quickly getting destroyed here. Gens could actually fight back here. Not quite sure. Blood Mage falls for the pink team again, as the Shadow Hunter and Blade Master kind of retreating back away, or running away here. All right. Teal putting in pressure onto some of these buildings. Meanwhile, this Chimera down to 138 hit points. Is it going to be able to get back onto high ground? It is going to be able to get out onto high ground and temporarily hide itself again. All right. Water Elementals. 3 Water Elementals putting in pressure off on that side there. Flying Machines, trying to provide cover. Jen still mining off of this gold mine somehow, as the Shadow Hunter falls at level 4 somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. Blade Master alongside the Shadow Hunter. Perhaps a stomp from the Tauren Chieftain. Enough to hold that off. All right, we're looking at 48 over 90 supply. A group of Chimeras just wandering around the map, trying to finish off buildings. We're looking at, is this long distance mining? Yeah, long distance mining here. 24 over 70 supply. There's still plenty of gold. He can try to transfer some. It looks like the human army can rebuild here. And there's the Blood Mage getting resurrected finally, as the Keeper of the Grove with a Potion of Invulnerability trying to retreat back. There goes an Entangle down, finally forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal. Jens holds on to the Keeper of the Grove, but accidentally exposes this Tree of Life that was mining off here. All right, down to 600 gold now. And, how is this all going to go down, as we're looking at the Tauren Chieftain trying to go after... Oh, Blade Master quickly uses Mirror Image to break out of an entangle. There's Scroll of Speed, as the Keeper of the Grove able to get away. And, the Blade Master says, no more Scrolls of Speed for you, Keeper of the Grove. Let's go ahead and take that building down as well. All right, Archmage, Paladin trying to work together to finish off, the Archmage, Blood Mage combination down to the south. Chimeras looking to engage here. Going to go after some of those Crypt Fiends and go after some of those other units. Abominations could fall pretty fast as well. Archmage comes across with a Blizzard, and well, that was actually a deny right there. So there's some big denies once more as the Chimeras are trying to get back up onto high ground and, well, lose sight, but the Frostworm is providing a bit of coverage there. All right. What is going down here? Archmage going to drop some water elementals, trying to shoot back up onto the high ground again. Blood Mage, well, these Chimeras, if they get caught out in open field, is pretty much going to be it. And yes, Jens left the game. Those Chimeras not going to be able to do enough. And the Teal army and the handful of buildings left was enough to hold on to that victory there. It almost felt like a couple of flame strikes, a couple of blizzards, and all of these buildings could have been used to try and turn this into a base race, but it would have been super close. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below. Oh, let's take a look at the final scores, though. Wow, 1 and 2 belonging to the team that lost. 3, 4, 5, and 7 to the team that won. Hero score, a very big, well, big win here. Getting a level 6, level 4, level 4, and well, yeah, just being able to move around the map freely. Let me know what you guys thought about these 4v4 games.